Hello, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, hey, once again, welcome. You guys already know what kind of have an idea what we're going to be talking about in this live stream. But first and foremost, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sin. I'm one half of Sisters Talk TV, and we are here. And we also have Lucy.
Hey everyone.
All right, guys. So we are going to let's just do a mic check, make sure everything is sounding good. Am I sounding okay, Lucy? I have my headphones on, so I'm trying to have I have my headphones on. So am I
I
okay?
think it's fine, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll just we already okay. So we have some people have already commented. Hi, Paula. Hi, Janita. So people have already pretty much given their opinions on what they think about this whole situation with Sha'Carri Richardson. So the question of the day is, should she first of all, should the Olympics committee forgive her? And also should should she compete? There's already madness currently going on right now. People are talking they're going to cancel the Olympics because they're not allowing Shakira to compete. So they're thinking about canceling the Olympics. Huh. Okay. So some people are saying that some people feel like she should compete, some people feel like she shouldn't compete, but we're just going to give our lovely opinions on what we think about the situation so far. And people also are comparing it to the situation with Michael Phelps, Michael Phelps, on what happened to him. And we're also going to give our thoughts on that too. So, what do you think, Lucy? Let's go ahead and start this off, or should we just go ahead and wait until just wait a few more minutes for it to get started?
We can definitely wait a few minutes and then
Okay. So we are going to be waiting for a few minutes. So we'll go ahead and get started. Other than that, how's your day been going?
it's going pretty good. How's yours?
I think it's going fine. I'm just happy. Today is pre-Friday, so I'm happy. I'm happy to be, once again, doing our lives and talking with all of our supporters and stuff. So I'm really happy. Um, I'm happy just to be here. So it's definitely a good experience so far. So yeah, I got me a smoothie, a beet smoothie. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and just let's not delay anymore. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's start off with the premise of pretty much everything that's going on. All right, so I think that pretty much everyone has heard about all the things that are going on with Shakira Harrison. So she has been, she failed pretty much her drug test. Um, and for that, there's a lot of conversation sparking up about should she be allowed to compete in the Olympics? Should she not be allowed to should she or should not be allowed to compete in the Olympics? Okay, so how this all started and why you know pretty much people are saying it's a clear cut like decision, like no question ifs or but. So before her race, I think it was like I'm not sure when they did the race. I think it was like June 28th, I want to say. So anyways, before her race on June 28th, she heard that her maternal mother passed away. And it was like during the time she was competing for the Olympics qualifying races and stuff in Eugene, Oregon. So she heard that her mother passed away. And at that point, she said she was just she was just heartbroken, right? So she was just heartbroken. She was filled with a lot of emotion. So Shakira was actually raised by her grandmother, but still, that resonated a lot of emotion from her. And then That just kind of left her like she became an emotional wreck, and she needed to find a way to just cope with the situation. So she relied on marijuana to kind of cope with the situation on um, what happened to her. And this was before her race. So they allowed her to race the day after. And I'm not sure when they did I think they probably did the drug test the day or the day before. So because of that, her results came in and it shows she was negative. She was pretty much she fell, right? And that alone, she admitted to it. She put on social media that she's human. It's just kind of like a cryptic message, pretty much saying like she admitted to, she fell. She was human. And also, she's a professional athlete. She signed with Nike. That's her. That's the people that endorsed her. And she's a professional athlete with them. And they also left a message as well, pretty much um, supporting supporting Shakira, or sorry, Sha'Carri. They're supporting her like, she's human. And now it's left to the International Olympic Committee. So to kind of decide on what they want to do. So she was suspended for 28 days. That 28 days, I want to say it started, um, of course, it started in June, and that 28 days is going to carry on to August. And that's when the Olympics is actually going to start in August. Now, the track and field part of the Olympics is not going to start until late August, like the 20th or so, the 20th to the 28th, one of those. So she can still be able to make the team. Like she can still be able to participate, because her suspension will be over. But it's now left to the IOC, which is an International Olympic Committee, to kind of decide on what exactly do they want to do. Should she be allowed to compete, or she shouldn't not be allowed to compete? Now it's already been confirmed that she's not going to be able to compete in the 4x1 relay with the American team. So she's not going to be competing on that. She did qualify for her individual, which the individual 100-meter hurdle. Sorry, individual 100-meter relay. That's the only thing she's currently qualified in. But if they decide like they don't, she can't compete, then that would she won't be pretty much won't be able to compete for that. So our thing is now what we want to know is, should she compete? Should she not? And also, should they just forgive her? Now people are comparing it to the Michael Phelps situation. Now let's talk about what happened with Michael Phelps. So Michael Phelps was also he also used marijuana as well back in the 2008 Olympics. And so people are comparing it to that. So the situation with that was, they're saying that now everything we're saying is all alleged. Please, guys, don't take it too seriously. But from what I've gathered up, was he um, he used it after the Olympics, so after the season, not before. So her situation was before she ran her race that qualified her for the Olympics, right? So, but his situation, it was after. So, any thoughts on that, Lucy? So, what are your thoughts? What do you think about that so far?
So, what my thoughts are in regards to the Sha'Carri situation?
Yeah.
So, what I would like to say is that I think that, my first of all, my condolences to her and her family in regards to the death of her mother. But I think that I always say, in sense, rules are rules, policies are policies, and because this happened, and this is according to ESPN, right? So according to ESPN, she did this the day before. She took this the day before, and this is the source that I'm getting this information from. So she already knew what was, what the rules were, the policies and stuff. And regardless, rules again, I'm just gonna keep saying rules are rules, policies are policies. So I think she knew that, so she knew what was to be expected. And let's say in the future, let's say if she did, unfortunately, I think she did miss. I think the relay afterwards, she missed like I think a partial of the Olympics, and then she also did some time. I think she was suspended, I believe, for
Yeah, she
yeah, so she was already suspended. She already did some time. So okay, but
28
however,
days.
yeah. So however, they still have to follow the
30 days, I
policies
think.
and the rules. And I think that if they was to give her a chance at this, I think that that would also, let's say someone else was to do this, they will also give them a chance as well. So I don't think that at the end of the day we have to look at the rules, the bylaws to this, and just follow them, right? And just follow them, so everyone will understand that this is what they have to go by, and this is according to the Drug Enforcement Agency. This is what it is when it comes to Olympics and it comes to their bylaws. So I think that for her specifically, fortunately let it fly, and then they can't do it for the next. It's just so prevent the next person from doing it as well. So at least for letting that slide. Uh, um, So sincere, hacking up. He says so. Michael Phelps did the worst, and is that well?
I think it's steroids.
Okay, so you wanted to address that, or you want me to?
Oh,
Because
we
you were
can
just
talk about it.
okay.
Okay, so hey, Sincere, hey everyone, in the chat, but hey, Sincere. So yes, we did a little talk about yeah, the Michael Phelps situation. So yes, back in 2008, Michael Phelps actually was, he had a picture when he was in the pool. He had a like a kind of a canister or something, pretty much just smoking weed, right? And everyone was just like saying like, oh my gosh, like he's an athlete. What about the no dope, like the dope rule, right? So the thing is, his situation was after. That's what they're writing was after the season, after the Olympics was over, right? And with Shakira, why hers was just it was very evident was she did it before she qualified, right? She did it before her race where she ran like a 10 point, like 10 point something, which is a really good time, right? So people are comparing that to that, and like people are saying, okay, oh Michael Phelps. Um, so they're saying that his was after, like after the season is over. So I think when it comes to the rules is you cannot use any type of performance drug or anything during that season, during the Olympics, during the time you're about to qualify. So that's what the situation is. And I know there's other situations when it pertains to Michael Phelps, but when it comes to the marijuana usage for him and why people are comparing that to that is because his was after. Yeah. And what other any other um you said his sincere craft you said but Michael Phelps did worse and still continues to swim. So which other ones did he do? Michael Phelps. Like there's other, the steroid uses and all that kind of stuff, but other ones you can note for now. But yeah. So Lucy, pretty much your whole thing is like, nah, like you don't think she should be able to swim. I mean, sorry, you don't think she should be able to participate. That's your whole thing. Like you're just kind of like, strict, like this
Yeah,
is
I
it.
don't think I don't think she should be able to participate, at least not for this round. I mean, at least not for this, because the reason why I say this is because if if she, if the Olympics was supposed to is to give her a chance, and this will then someone else does this, and they will give that other person a chance. So it just kind of messes up the laws that they've already set in place, the policy they've already set in place. So I think this is also a good teaching moment for her as well, and I think it is. I think she is learning about that, and sometimes, and also just look at it, sometimes these things, these cannibal what is this, like things like that, like marijuana stuff, could also be uh it could be good for, especially if you're dealing with like issues like anxiety and stuff. It could also be a positive, and it could obviously be something to help her cope, especially when she just lost her mother. So I could definitely understand that what she utilized it for. But at the end of the day, it's still your. This is a regulation. Rules, yeah, rules are rules. That's what I have to say. Is rules are rules, policies are policies. And I'm just a big believer in things like that. We can't go breaking policies because of one specific person, right? Or one specific incident that happened.
Well, dang, Lucy, you are very, very stern. You're stern with rules are rules, but dang, why can't it just be just a little bit, maybe, litigation, But I get where everyone is coming from, but I have definitely a soft spot for her because this is, she's obviously very, very talented, right? Like really, really talented, did really well on her race. And guys, the Olympics is only it comes out every 4 years. So if you miss this Olympic, you're gonna have to wait 4 more years. So to train, you put your body through all of that, especially when it comes to training, preparing. It's tough. It is really, really tough. But then rules are rules, right? Rules are rules, and we cannot, like the rules that they set into place, we definitely, you just have to abide by it, right? And I really wish that maybe someone in her team would have encouraged her, to really, really maybe encourage her not to do it because it's too risky. There's too much to lose, and it honestly is. And I really wish that she would have maybe thought clearly about it because she did it before her race, right? Before her race, the eve of her race, right? So it's definitely tough. Now, the thing is, people want to cancel the Olympics, and that's where the problem is. It's like now people want to cancel. Um, Okay, so sincere crack, you said I felt type of way when it comes to my sister. I understand. I honestly understand sincere cracking. I do, but and then again, like those are the rules. It's not even just like this is international rule. This is the Olympics. This is like the biggest stage, right? For all athletes. Like it's honest. It's a big deal, and I understand sincere cracking. I definitely understand. We have the Michael Phelps situation, the Lance Armstrong with the whole steroid usage. But the thing about that with the steroids usage is that it takes a while for for them to detect that, right? It honestly takes a while. Like that's not something they can detect um right after. You cannot detect that in a drug test. Like that is they have to do concrete investigation. So it takes years and years, not years, but let's say like give it like months to years to honestly detect that. And another thing is like once they find that you were, you had some kind of performance enhancement, they strip you from your titles. I want to say Michael Phelps also got stripped from his titles as well too, right? So he also got stripped from his titles, and I'm not sure about Lance Armstrong, but I'm sure if they found him guilty of it, they're gonna strip his title. So that they're not playing that, they're not gonna be lenient with that because it's not gonna be fair to other athletes, not just athletes here. We also need to think about the other athletes that they participate that competed with other athletes such as in the island, Brazil, Asia, all those places. It's not just like that role, that same role applies to them as well too. Anybody who is representing their country, that same role is going to apply to them too. So it's not like I'm not even going to say it's not fair, it's not right. I feel bad, honestly. I really honestly do feel bad. But again, the rules are rules. But hopefully her we know that her suspension is going to be over before the track and field event starts for sure. But then again, it's up to the IOC to determine what exactly they want to do. Right, and that is in any that's in any professional. So any profession you go to, even some jobs you still have they do random drug tests, right? That's in any professional. And think about athletes, like they're gonna do random drug tests, and also like she's in the height of her career, not even the height, just the beginning. So definitely all eyes are going to be on her. She's going to be micromanaged. Everyone's going to be looking at what she every pretty much people are going to try to look at her downfall.
And
Pretty
then
much.
also, as people are looking at her to see if she, like our sister, our especially with African Americans, right? They're going to see if this she's gonna mess up. There are people out there who will not be happy for her, or who she's going to the Olympics. And I felt like that's where this all plays out. Like, there's so much high expectations, so much pressure put on this black woman, and it's like now this has happened, so it's just like, okay, like and I'm just saying, some are probably thinking um um oh yeah, this this was gonna happen, or yeah, this was expected to happen. So it's just that kind of like mentality that some people have, especially placed upon a lot of African American, especially a lot of African Americans. So I think that there was a lot of high expectations for her, and also like, what is this, pressure, right? Pressure, and it's just, and then yeah. So that's just kind of like how I'm looking at this as well. So sometimes I felt like if she would have, like, maybe looked into that as well. But I mean, who could think who and then I understand like her what she's going through, because that's that, just to lose your mom, your biological mom, and then just to deal with it. She was probably not even her right state, her right frame of mind. She wasn't even probably thinking about the Olympics, like thinking about that. She was just right then and if she's like, I got to get this stress out or whatever. So yeah, and so I can definitely understand that. But at the same time, that pressure comes in when you have this African American woman and she's going into the Olympics, and so yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Like it's definitely a lot of pressure, right? It's honestly just it's a lot of pressure. And the thing about it is, like, the reason why it's a lot of pressure is because, you're doing well. So there's people, they probably, they're waiting. They're going to be waiting to see your downfall. And honestly, it is really tough. And I don't think people are not canceling her. People are not people want to cancel the Olympics because she's not allowed to participate, because they feel like it's a way to discriminate against African Americans. So I think that's what it is. Like, people want to cancel the Olympics, sincere cracking. Yeah, I think that's what it is. People are trying to cancel the Olympics. People, because of her, they don't want to support. But it's like, well, what about the other athletes? There's other athletes that are also going to be participating, right? And we also need to look at athletes that have been doing this for years and years, like Simone Biles. She's went to the Olympics at a really young age, and she's still holding herself very astute, right? And also athletes such as Alice Felix, who's also a and field, and she's still abiding by the rules as well too. So it's tough. Now I definitely don't. Now the question is like, are y'all gonna watch the Olympics? Like, are y'all not watching the Olympics because of her, just to stand with her, or what? Are you just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna be watching the rules, but rules are rules. Now, listen, you gonna be watching the Olympics?
I I've never really watched it. I've never been like a watcher, like game watchers like that, or sports watchers. So I don't think I don't think I'll watch. Honestly, I don't think I'll watch it. But um, if there, and I'm going to go ahead and do my research just to see if just to support as well other our sisters and and those that are participating in general. So I may tune it in, but I probably won't even watch the whole thing. What about you? Are you watching it, Sincere? Are you watching it?
I usually always watch the Olympics. I pretty much watch. You know, um, okay, so I usually do watch the Olympics. I watch the gymnastics, and I also watch track and field. Yeah, I think I started watching gymnastics when Gabby Douglas participated, and then Simone, of course. But yeah, I usually do watch the Olympics, so I'm gonna watch it for sure. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna. I mean, I just feel like why are people going to the extreme? Like people are honestly taking this to the extreme. Like not everything is warranted a cancel. Like this whole cancel culture is getting out of control. Why is the Olympics being canceled? Like it honestly is getting out of control. Like now people want to cancel the Olympics. Please help make it make sense. Okay, so Janetta, you're gonna watch it too? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna watch it because once again, there's also other black athletes that need our support. Simone needs our support. Don't forget Simone is also competing. Allison Felix is competing.
Yeah, and this is kind of like what I'm saying. Just because one person, significantly like did this, and I'm pretty sure now she understands, and she it's like an educate a moment for her education, a moment for her where she's probably taking all this. It shouldn't deter our mind for watching others, supporting others that are also participating. So this cancel culture thing, don't we shouldn't allow it to like get the best of us, so like we won't even watch the Olympics to support others who are also participating, who've worked hard as well, right? So yeah, don't let it get to you.
Yes, there's also young athletes that also need our support, right? There's young athletes that need our support. There's one athlete that needs our support too. She's also track and field. And I want to say I'm going to pull up her name so I don't mess it up. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, her name is Gabby Thomas. She's also a young athlete who qualified for the Olympics, and this is her first time going. Just like Sha'Carri, this is her first Olympics appearance, and she tweeted. So this is what she tweeted, and I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it up here. Um, Give me just a second. Hold on. I'm gonna try to pull it up here. Hold on.
Oh, so I'm so sorry. You said what happened. So Juanita says she'll watch it. Good. And Sincere Kraken said he'll. I can't stand cancel culture. Also, he said I forgot her. I might tune in after all. And Sincere said, "What happened to the Jamaica Racer Bowl? What do you mean? What happened to him? Did something happen?
He
He
retired.
retired. Yeah, he retired. Yeah, I was like, what happened to him? Like, yeah, he retired 2 days. Yeah,
Like
like
the
the
last
last
Olympics,
Olympic,
the
the
last
last
Olympics is
Olympic
when
is
when he
when he
retired.
retired. But it's okay. So this is coming from the Canadian Running Magazine. He said Usain Bolt to run on 800 milli. Is it 800 to run the 800?
Nah,
Nah,
that's
that's
not
not
possible.
possible.
He
He
retired. Like
retired.
he's
Like he's
done.
done. No, but I guess this is just to like
That's
for
like
it's for an event. I don't think it's for like the Olympics or anything.
oh maybe
Maybe for
security.
security. Yeah. Juanita, what do you think about the because I know Sincere Kraken already gave his opinion about what do you think about this whole situation? Do you like agree on what the decision was for Sha'Carri? Like what do you think? Like what was your perspective on this?
Okay, guys, I hope you guys can see this. So this is what Gabby Thomas said. She's also another college student, pretty much the same age bracket as Shakira. So she said this is pertaining to people want to cancel the this is pertaining to people wanting to cancel the Olympics. Gabby said it really hurts to see so many Black people choose not to watch the Olympics this year. There's so many Black athletes who have put in years of hard work for this moment, myself included. We want your support. Additionally, I want some of the anger and disdain may be misplaced. The Olympics and those at the IOC have nothing to do with current events taking place. Lucy, what are your thoughts about this? Another athlete, right? Her response to people want to cancel the Olympics.
That's kind of like what we've been saying. Like initially, like there's other athletes like her, like Gabby Thomas, who've worked so hard for the Olympics. So I think that that's not fair to them again, just because one specific person, who kind of went a little. Kind of did her own thing, which violated some of the bylaws for the Olympics. So I don't think they should be punishing because if you are canceling culture, you are also canceling everyone else who's worked so hard to prepare for this specific event, right? Like this is not just any type of event. This is the Olympics. So I think that we need to. I think that the whole cancel culture shouldn't just be based on one specific issue, one specific person, or an event that happened. We feel like we should cancel everything. No, because things like this, people work hard for this. There's preparation for this. There's years of preparation, probably an endless nights of sleep. So why cancel a monumental event like this because of again this specific issue in this specific situation.
That's true. Okay, so let's go ahead and go. Okay, so Juanita said she's already wrote her response. She wrote it in the beginning, and pretty much Juanita, her stance is this is Juanita's stance. She said, "I do respect Sha'Carri Richardson, but rules are rules," and that is absolutely right. Rules are rules, guys. The Olympics snubbed her, but this is the time to support her at the I honest I do. I think that yes, we all need to support her. We need to come and support her for sure. But we have to remember that rules are rules. So we cannot cancel the Olympics. Like that's we can't just cancel the Olympics. Yes, we sometimes we do have to stand by our sisters and stuff. But this one, we also have other sisters too who are competing, such as Gabby Thomas, and she needs our support. And also Simone Biles, she needs our support too. We all are sisters. We're gonna have to support her sisters and brothers, right? All in this situation, and they all need our support. So not just like Alex and Felix is one of our sisters. Gabby Thomas, who else? Simone Biles, and there's another Simone in the swimming as well too, and also our brothers who are participating in the NBA and our sisters who are participating in WNBA. They all need our support. So we cannot cancel them. They all want a gold as well too. They want to come home with a gold. So yeah, so I absolutely agree with your response, Juanita. For sure, rules are rules, and the Olympics, yes, it's a snub, but not officially. Because from what I've heard, I don't know if anyone has seen anything different. I don't think it's official yet that she's been snubbed from her individual race. She's definitely been snubbed from. I mean, I would. She's not going to participate in the team race, the four by one, but nothing has been official when it concerns her individual race. And guys, individuals, we already know it's always better, right? Because you get your team, you get your own, you get your gold, right? So, so not official. I'm not sure if she has been. They haven't released anything yet. It has to. This is from the IOC, and the IOC is the International Olympics Committee for sure. And yes, we want to. And yes, we want to. Yes, we want to stand by her, and also yes, we want to just kind of hone in. Like yes, this is just a U.S., but also we also need to think about they're not just representing the U.S. or United States of America. They're representing all other countries who are competing in the Olympics. That's who they're representing. Everybody, not just us, not just people in the U.S. or just all of. They're representing everybody. So all the same rules that they're applying to each individual athlete, they're going to have to apply to everybody, right? And this, okay, so let's go ahead and there's something else I want to pull up. Okay, another thing I want to say is now, now that we know this, now we see that this anti-doping issue is, it can kind of be when it comes to marijuana and stuff. You know that marijuana is legalized in some parts of the country, right? Now that we know this, what can we do to change this? Because we can't just like cancel the Olympics, right? We can't cancel the Olympics because we also there's other athletes who've worked really hard to cancel the Olympics. Now it's like, well, what can we do to change that rule or the anti-doping rule so athletes are not going to be fall victim of this? So we can't cancel the Olympics. That's absolutely no. Do not cancel the Olympics. Stop the cancel culture. Now it's about, well, what can we do? What are proposals? How can this be changed? Because obviously we know that athletes, especially when it comes to certain like athletes, do fall victim into whether it's marijuana usage or so. Now it's like, well, what can we do? Let's go ahead. Okay, so Sincere Kraken says she should at least get a second chance. She does have enough time to clean her system. Absolutely agree. I think that hopefully she would have. She's gonna get. They're gonna give her a second chance. I honestly feel like they're gonna give her a second chance, but they're not going to they're going to give her, I feel like they're going to give her a second chance just because her suspension was already is 30 days, and the track and field event is not going to it's going to start after her 30 days is over. Yeah. Yep. So Lucy, what are your thoughts? Like, we can't, obviously we know we can't cancel the Olympics. We
We
know
know
that.
that. Yeah, so if we can't cancel Olympics, I think that they're doing. She's not officially off the. She's not officially off the hook from participating, right? So I think that this whole cancel culture thing, if at least they're still giving her. They're at least giving her some room, right? Instead of just saying you can't be a part of this. But at least that they're. I'm not sure what the final decision is, but at least we know for a fact that she's not all the way. Cancel from the Olympics. So I think this whole cancel call, we have to think about others that it's impacting, right? When we say cancel culture, we have to think about everyone else that's worked hard for whatever it is that they're passionate about, whatever it is that they've worked so hard on, or their field or their line of business, or just things like that. So I feel like it's like we need to be careful when we say cancel culture, right? We need to think about who's impacting, what is impacting, and do more research instead of just looking at it from one aspect or one standpoint or one specific issue that happened. Like I said it before. Like that's what we need to start doing. Just start making decisions based on one particular event. And I do agree with Gabby Thomas. Like some of these, yeah, it may like some of these are misplaced anger, and again, it impacts those who have nothing to do with that. With the events that are taking place, I totally agree with her. Like it's misplaced anger that's put on, that's been brought because of something that's been put on, other things. So I think that I strongly feel like we need to just kind of be careful when it comes to this whole cancel culture thing. Because some of us who were for cancel culture right in the beginning, now we're also saying, okay, no, let's look at it from a different standpoint. Like this situation that arises, I'm pretty sure those who agree with cancel culture in the beginning are like probably looking at it differently, like how we're looking at it.
Right. Absolutely. Yes, that's true, Lucy. And yes, Wani, we need to also support our sister Simone Manuel. She is one of the U.S. swimmers. I want to say one of the an African American swimmer as well too. We need to support her because she's our sister, and we need to support her in her journey to getting a gold in the Olympics. Guys, like that's no joke. Just imagine like you just coming home representing your country and winning a gold. Like that's not going to be if we just cancel the Olympics. Yes, we want to support Sha'Carri for sure, but we can't deprive these other athletes from coming home with the gold or getting the support that they need. So yes, we need to support our sister Simone Manuel. We need to support our sister Simone Biles. Like they're all in the Olympics. Now it's like, well, now what can we do to change the rule? And how do we go about that? Because not every time something happens, you just go on and say, oh, you want to cancel. I want to cancel this. Let's cancel this. It's just like, well, now it's always about, okay, well, how can we change this so people don't fall victim to um, that's the situation, because we can't always just rely on cancel. Like, nah, like we
We
cannot
cannot
always
always
rely on cancel.
cancel. And this is where accountability comes place, right? Like where if we I think right now, like I said, I think that Shakar, I think that with this being something so significant to her that has happened, I think this is also a part where she's like, you know what? I take responsibility for my actions. I'm gonna take this one. So if we support her with that decision and say, we still love you, but however, you need to take accountability for this one, right? So hopefully, she'll learn from that and she knows that we support, that we still have her back. But however, this is a situation that you cannot get by. that get by from just say, you know what, I did this, I did mess up, but however, I need to this is something I did for myself. I messed it up for myself. And we can't cancel culture because of me. You know, we can't cancel the hard works of everyone else who's been working hard for the Olympics because of what I did or what I chose to do. So it's accountability, taking accountability for this, and also us giving all us and we're making sure she's accountable for what she did. And hopefully that's where this whole teaching and learning moment comes from.
That is true, absolutely true. Because yeah, we have to support her and still, you know, tell her, we still support you. Like you're still talented, we still support you, but um, but we still have to support our other sisters and brothers who are also they also need our support as well too. Because just imagine if people like us, like the whole diaspora canceled the Olympics. Who's going to be really supporting our sisters and our brothers? Who's going to be supporting them? Okay, sincere cracking. Okay, hold on. I got there's one in common. Reparations. Yes, I like everyone has been saying we need to give her some grace. I absolutely do have to give her some grace, and that is what we are saying. Reparation. We have to give her some grace. We have to give Sha'Carri some grace for sure. But at the end of the day, for me, my stance is people cannot cancel the Olympics just because of one individual. That is not, it's not fair to all the other people who are participating. This whole cancel culture, that's my stance. I think that we have to give her some grace. She still has time. Her suspension is only 30 days. The track and field event starts later on in August. So she'll be out of suspension before then. They have not officially like her name. I think her name. I want to say her name is still on the list as an individual, but her name is not on the list for the relay team. So she's still as of right now, we can say she's still qualified to participate, right? She's still qualified to participate, but it's not official until the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, make their decision if they're going to allow her to participate or not. And another thing I want to mention, yes, we can um, we can say all the stuff about yeah, Sha'Carri, she's not going to be able to participate. You guys know there's only three top three. It's only is the people top three from the Olympic qualifiers. The only people that is going to Olympics. Okay, but if Sha'Carri gets eliminated or she is not able to participate, that answers the fourth person's prayer. Someone's prayer has been answered. Like they're going to be going to Olympics maybe as a sub. So I mean, they always say like are are some prayers are granted under unusual circumstances. This is maybe the situation for somebody else. Maybe a person who didn't qualify now they're going to be going just because of you know this situation. I mean, that's not what I mean. No one wants to pray on someone's downfall, but someone else is going to get the opportunity to go to the Olympics because they have to sub in another person. Okay, so okay, sorry, didn't read this one. Reparation. Yes, you did say we need to give her some grace. Absolutely agree. We do need to give her some grace. Sincere Kraken said, question, how come celebrities don't get drug tests, but athletes do? um, I don't know. Do you think celebrities should get drug tested? Like, do you think their line of work requires them to get drug tested? Do you think that? Do you think celebrities' line of work requires them to get drug tested? Because I'm trying to see, like, okay, actors. Would you want your celebrities to get drug tested? Is that something that you would want? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of having mixed feelings about that. Okay, yes, you said okay, you will. Okay. Janita said that Sha'Carri owned it and it's commendable. Absolutely, she did. She said she is human. She wrote in a cryptic tweet. She said, "I am human." She absolutely did own it. Reparations, but I still say they need to change the rules. It's not a performing enhancing drug. Yes, yes, reparation. I absolutely agree. That's what I'm saying. Like they need to change the rule because one, marijuana is not an performing enhancing drug. So that is where people need to focus, shift their energy to. Is trying to change the rules so people are not falling victim to that because the easy way is always, oh, let me just cancel this person. Oh, let me just cancel this. Let me cancel this. No, change the rules, and that applies to everything, anything that we do. Focus on ways that you can make the rules better, and also it could be equal and fair, and show equality and also equity to everybody. Oh, sincere crack, you are funny. This is about sincere crack and saying that they think that he thinks that they need to cancel. I mean, sorry, celebrities need to get drug tested because he said they be acting a fool in front of their audience. Oh, that's funny. I don't know. I'm still kind of I don't know because I can see performers, singers, but then again, it's like I don't know. I guess because celebrities they don't have a committee that regulates what they do, but in athletics, they have a committee that regulates what they do. So there's no like their record labels not regulating what they're doing or anything. So yeah, I think it's tougher to micromanage celebrities on what they decide to do with in their personal space. So I think that would be a little bit tougher. All right. Reparations said, oh, I see your stance because I was like, you guys, I'm just going to beat them at the Olympics. You right, though. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They'll say affected their performance. But they don't have, celebrities don't have a governing kind of committee that regulates on what they're doing. So, yeah, I do definitely agree with everything Gabby is saying. So my three stance is I agree with Gabby. So this is Gabby. Gabby is another athlete. I agree with her. I think that we don't need to cancel. Stop canceling. Everything's not warranted to cancel. Let's save the cancel for bigger issues, more issues that's going to affect us. Um, and save that energy. And also, we just need to put in the energy into changing the anti-dope rule, so people are not being victims of it. Yeah. But if you are in the chat, please make sure you like this video, give us a thumbs up, let us know how we're doing. Also, let me know if am I sounding okay? My sound. I have headphones on, so I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm sounding, but let me know. Put it say, okay, send you're sounding fine. Let me know. Because I wanna make sure that I'm sounding okay.
It's fine. I don't think you sound. I think it's fine.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy. Oh, okay. Sincere Kraken. You are my favorite channel because we cutting up together. Thank you, Sincere Kraken. Thank you so much. Also, here, let me send you this if you want to further. You want to come join us when this topic. But anything else? Do I feel like did we miss anything when it concerns to this? Okay. Okay, thank you, reparations. I'm sounding okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I don't think I heard from you, reparations. Are you watching the Olympics? Okay, thank you, Janetta. Janetta said I'm sounding fine. Thank you. Because I'm like, I have headphones on, so I'm not sure. And they're like soundproof headphones. Yeah. But okay, so now I think we were talking about it earlier. Some people are compared to the Michael Phelps, all that situation. Michael Phelps, I think Sincere Kraken also mentioned Lance Armstrong. So Michael Phelps, okay, Sincere Kraken. Okay, so Michael Phelps, his situation is he used weed after his Olympic performance, not before. So, and I think there was another situation where he actually was a victim. Well, not I'm not even saying he was a victim. There was some performance enhancement, and they stripped him from his title. So they're very serious. They're very serious. They're very non-tolerable. They're really serious about what they're doing. So they stripped him from his title, and also Lance Armstrong too. And they're gonna do a thorough investigation. So yeah. Any other thoughts, Lucy, about this topic? I feel like did we miss anything else? I feel like we definitely.
I think we definitely covered everything. I mean, as far as like our thoughts are, but I just want to really, hopefully hear from Sha'Carri, like how, as far as like how she feels about this, um, afterwards, like possibly after the suspension is over for her, or even after the Olympic, after she, whatever happens afterwards, right? Like maybe next month or so, how does she feel about the decision, and what she hopes to do better in the future. Just to kind of see where her mind is at, where her mindset is when it comes to all of this, like how it played out. Yeah, at least for me, for sure. Sim, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I gave all my thoughts. I took my stance. Stop canceling. Y'all need to stop with the cancel culture. Just stop it. Like seriously, like stop. Like cancel culture. It's honestly getting out of control. Now I know there's another one. People are trying to cancel Felicia Rashad. Why is her? Felicia Rashad. Yeah, people are definitely canceling her. They want her to step down as the dean of the performance art in Howard University, just because she was in support of her friend Bill Cosby. Now that's a different situation. Honestly, it's a different situation. And that I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm even trying to like just kind of look at like the thoughts on it, but I don't know because that's a different situation. But yeah, but honestly, there's like two different cancel culture going on right now. Canceling Felicia Rashad and also canceling the Olympics.
Yeah, there definitely is. It's definitely two types of cancel culture. Um, I think one so is it? I think maybe the issue is I'm just asking a question. Is the issue is what she said, or is the issue is that she's supporting um supporting the decision that's been made, or the decision, or yeah. So is the issue is based on what the tweet or what she came out to say, or is the issue is that she's supporting someone we know that has done that, based on evidence or based on what's been said, that's done wrong, right? So it's like, what is so what is the real issue? Like, what's the issue about, about all of this, especially when it comes to, her, when it comes to having her step down from, for being the dean? Is it the dean, right? Sen? Is it the, for, I know it was, it's where she's at in Howard. I'm not sure if there's a specific department, but I know it's for Howard University.
Arts.
Yeah, performing arts. I knew that was definitely performing arts. Yeah. So, I mean, what I mean, is it the freedom of speech? Is it because, like, I no, well, not that we're not supporting that she says. Is it, well? How do I say this? Freedom of speech, right? Like, we all have freedom of speech. We all given freedom of speech. But I think that, if we're saying we're not, like, what she said was wrong, or, we felt like what her tweet was very insincere, are we kind of like, pulling her away from utilizing her freedom of speech? Oh, Sincere, is that?
Yes.
Hi, Sincere. I think they're mute. Okay, then now you're on mute. We can hear you.
Okay. What I was saying is, your channel is the best on YouTube. I love y'all. Y'all be cutting up with me. I listen to y'all every day.
Woo! Thank you. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Okay, so I know you gave your thoughts on the Sha'Carri Richardson situation, but do you have any comments in regards to, like, the Felicia Rashad? And you don't have to, give your you don't have to if you don't want to, but just saying, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I don't want to touch on that. I don't want to touch on that.
Okay, no, you're good. You're you're good. You are good.
That's a little bit that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, if there's any last minute things you wanted to say in regards to the whole Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Is there anything you're looking for after this? Like, after this specific thing happens, like, she serves her time, possibly after Olympics. What are you looking for?
Well, listen, y'all. Y'all changed my mind. Rules is rules. I can't go against that. I agree with y'all. At first, I was looking at it like, give her a chance, but it's rules. It's rules, and if they let her go in there, then they're gonna have to start letting everybody else come in and play too. It's like, I get what you're saying now. I didn't look at it from the rules. I looked at it like, she was going through a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you right. Yes, that's true. And I feel like some people don't look at it that way. They don't look at it based on what, what's presented the law, like, especially for this type of situation, right? They're looking at, like, she's going through a hard time. And I looked at it that way. That's why I was like, her condolences, and condolences to her family. It's really a tragic that she lost her mother, and she still had to, still face this as well. But we definitely understand. But let's say if this wasn't, like, this didn't happen, but still, she still has to, the law is the law, the rule is the rule. She still has to follow that. So yeah, so either way, at the end of the day, it's just the rule. It's just the law. That's it.
What's that guy? They used to play with LeBron James. He looked like he high as a kite every night. J.R. Smith. How can he get to play for him every night?
J.R. Smith?
Yes. He played with the Cavaliers.
But I wonder, maybe are we sure that's not how he looks, or is it just like he's because I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they're not letting anyone off the hook, right? When it comes to things like this, so I definitely think that they do these tests on these athletes. They do,
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
yeah.
how. Maybe
They
he's just
they
wrong.
yeah no right. Like they actually look like they're actually taking that, but in reality they're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
How long is it for the Olympics? Does she have time to clean her system? Is there enough time?
Yeah, so thank you for joining us, Sincere Kraken. So Sha'Carri, she's not officially off of the Olympics at all. Like she's not off out of the Olympics. So she has about they suspended her for 30 days. That's like about a month. But and that started I want to say June 20. Ooh, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure when they exactly suspended her, but I think it's like June 28th or something. Um, but she could possibly she's still available to participate because the track and field Olympics does not start until later.
Oh, so it seems like
Yeah.
she has enough time to like make her system clean if they really want her to come back. She can get her
Yeah.
system clean.
Yeah. And I think that honestly, I think that they only this is my stance and this is what I think. I think that they only gave her 30 days just so it can give kind of like a wiggle room for them so she can still participate. Honestly, because some people get suspended for a year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's crazy because it's like give her. I feel like she should get a pass just because she was going through a tough time with her mother passing away. That's the only reason why I should give her a pass. You know?
Mm-hmm. Right. I think they yeah, just give her well, I'm not gonna say they should give her a pass because it's not gonna be like the rules are the rules. But I think that, she should still be able to she will still be I think she'll still be able to participate. But I don't think we should cancel the Olympics. Um
Okay.
yeah. So okay, so Miss Drea, hey. So she said, I told you I would be back. I enjoyed y'all so much. Thank you, Miss Drea. And Miss Drea said that her suspension is about 7 to 24. Oh, 7/27. Oh, okay. But from the Miss from the Miss recent report that I saw, they have not put her on the roster. Yeah, so she's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. She's going to be her suspension is gonna be up before the Olympics starts. The 20. Yeah, before the Olympics starts. But hold on. Yeah, so her suspension it's not going to be too long. She's going to be out of it, and so she's not in the roster. She's not in a roster for the race, the 4x1 race. So, but they haven't officially made their decision if they want her to be to participate in the individual. Okay. You know what? I don't know if we're talking about. I don't know if it's the same person that we're talking. Like, if I'm thinking it is, but there was somebody that's like a trans that's also participating, and they're saying that it's related to her treatment. I don't know. I think if that's the same person that we read up on, that I read up on. Okay, so now I want to throw out this scenario, guys. I think I said it earlier. Oh, okay, I'm gonna look into it, Miss Drea. So I want to throw out this scenario, guys. Okay, now we know we don't want Shakara to miss the Olympics because she's our sister, and we just do not want her to miss the Olympics, right? Like we need to support her for sure. We always need to support her, but we cannot cancel the Olympics because there are other just like people that we need to support, just like Janita said, we need to support Simone Emmanuel. We also need to support Gabby Thomas. I'm going to put out her thing here for those who missed it. We need to support her, right? We need to support her. Now, what if you were one of the people who are on what if you were one of the people who placed fourth, right? The fourth person. Now guys, they choose three people to go to the Olympics, like the top three. What if you are fourth? That means that if Sha'Carri gets if she's not able to participate, you're going to the Olympics. Now, they always say prayers are answered in unusual circumstances. Someone's prayer has been answered. How do y'all feel about, like, how do y'all feel? Someone else is going to be going to the Olympics, you know? So that person, they're going to be happy as well. Like, prayers are always answered under unusual circumstances.
Want me to answer?
Go ahead, anybody. I'm saying, I'm throwing it out there, people in the
I
chat, people here, anybody.
I don't think that's fair. I think they should let her at least get herself together and let her come back on the track.
I mean, I do too. I think that I definitely think they will. I think they will. Um, but they're gonna have obviously they're gonna have reserve. People are gonna be reserved. So the fourth person is gonna be in reserve.
That's not right. That's so wrong. She should be able to at least get herself together, you know?
Because in every job, like if you lose, people have to go through. She's going through bereavement as of now. She's going through bereavement. She just lost her mom, so she's
Yeah.
going through bereavement.
I mean, I think that they should give her a second chance. Not until she gets herself together.
Right, right. And it's not like she just, it's not something that she used, and just because, oh, let me just go have fun and said, no, no. Um, it was just, I think I'll just say it was just very a lousy mistake, to be quite honest, because she knew this is, and yes, because she was just under an emotional wreck. She knew that this is she's qualified for the Olympics. Like this is she has qualified for Olympics. And I know, guys, yes, it is definitely it's tough love. It honestly is because the reason why I'm saying this because we don't want this to continue to happen again. We don't want people we see that are obviously they're doing very well. They're going to do very. We don't want them to be caught up because yeah, we don't want them to be caught up. So we have to. Sometimes it is tough love. It honestly, it's tough love because we want them to reach their highest potential.
I
Okay.
agree. I agree. And you know how I was looking at it, guys? I was looking at it because she was one of my sisters. That's why I was going so hard for her. But now after you telling me the rules, now I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, we always have to support. We're sisters and brothers. That's including you, sincere. We always have to
Yeah.
support our sisters and brothers. That's why we're here, Sisters Talk. That's what we have to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to some of the comments. There's some really good comments from Janita and also Miss Drea.
Is it okay
Okay,
if I go to the chat?
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. Let me see where to start. Where to start? Where to start? Okay, so Ms. Dre, this was pertaining to the TMZ. Yes, yes, to go to TMZ, not to include an. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Definitely check that out. CNN said the same thing as well. Okay. Okay. Yes, I heard about there's some other black girl in another country that were born women, but they disqualified them because they have high testosterone than a normal. Yes. Oh my gosh, Anita, I did read about that. I don't know if she's South African. Yes, because she has really if you look at she has very high testosterone. I think she's from South Africa, and if they did disqualify her, yeah, I heard that because she wins pretty much all her races, like every race she wins, but they're not allowing her to participate because her testosterone is really, really high. Yes, 30 days is 30 days. I don't think because she has served it that it makes sense the reason why she's not on the relay team, because she's still under suspension. Okay. And yeah. So I agree. I agree. Well, it's definitely. I'm gonna have to look up the person. Let me go on TMZ. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay. But there's another. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. Let me see.
Yeah. Um, you're welcome. Sincere, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me join the panel. And yeah, sometimes we have to look at these situations from a different perspective. And then sometimes, yes, we want to help our sisters and stuff, but however, we need to also, because hold them accountable for like specific things if we see it, right? Like we eat, it's not, we're not shining away from that. We're not, we're not supporting, it's not that we're not supporting them, but however, accountability is growth. You're helping that person grow as well. So I think that hopefully after this, I'm pretty sure she herself knows that she did wrong, again, but she's still going through a hard time. So hopefully, but she's not. I don't think she's all the way done with the. They're not. Her name is not all the way off the roster. I don't think, but I'll confirm that. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sincere.
Okay. So I don't exactly think that. To me, I don't feel like it's kind of fair to not allow certain women to participate. I'm just saying, biological women to participate in an event that is for cisgender women. Because there's some women, they may just have natural high testosterone. Some people have maybe suffering from PCOS, right? And that just causes you to just have a natural high testosterone level compared to um, just an average. So I don't think it's actually right. So I think the lady that you were talking about, I think her name is Semenya. She is, or her name is Caster Semenya. I think that's who it is. I'm just gonna pull it up here, and you just let me know if that's. Let's see. Hold on. Dang. Again. Why is it not letting me? She'll pull it up, but yeah, I think her name is Samir. So what? Miss J, are you serious? Really? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, now I'm emotional. Now I'm emotional. That is crazy. So they're not letting her run at all. I have to look that up. Okay. That is what? Miss Jaya. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's crazy. Guys, the Olympics is every 4 years. Every 4 years. So she has to wait 4 years to, oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. And she was like projected to do so well, like at least come home with the gold. Yeah. That's crazy. Whoa. I'm actually really sad. I'm really sad to, oh my gosh, let me look at Tokyo. I think I thought that they weren't allowing her to run for the 4x1, which is the team for 100 relay. That's what I was seeing that they weren't allowing her to run that. But I didn't know they already made their decision to not allow her to run the actual individual 100 relay. Yeah, you know what? I wish that too. I honestly wish they would allow us. Can you post the link? Can you put the link in? Can you put the link in the description? I really want to go see the article. I think you're gonna put the link in. Yeah, the relay is after her suspension for sure because the 4x1 was before, like the 100 was before her suspension. Oh man, Shakara. Oh man. Oh God. Oh my gosh. I'm being like super emotional. I'm kind of being a sap right now, just because she's not participating. It's tough. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hey, Miss Jaya. I
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so well, I'm on my phone. So is there a way that I can share my screen?
Okay, you can try to do the share. Well, I don't know. Ooh, I'm super, yeah, no. I don't think there is a way. Hold on, let's do share. Oh, maybe you can share. Okay, yeah. So click on the share button at the bottom and you can just do share screen.
Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, well, probably because I'm on my cell phone. It's not giving me a share. It just has mic, cam, mic, chat, and leave.
Oh, oh man, yeah.
Maybe.
It's okay. You can add the link in the description. I'll definitely go check it out.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Hold on, because I
Oh,
had
no,
it
I'm really
up.
sad.
I know that sucks.
Dang.
Okay, here is the article. So let me share. Oh, copy. And then, hold on. So it's not even now while I'm back here, I don't see. So when I click on check, oh, there it is.
Okay, okay, I see it. Oh, from TMZ. Okay, when was this?
Yeah, I don't think that it's fair because if y'all suspended her for 30 days, then once that 30 days is up, it's up. So if the run comes after it and her 30 days is up and y'all didn't kick her off the team, I don't think that it's fair not to let her run.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that the track and field, their event starts like late August. So if she's done her 30 days and that is like any other event she's gonna qualify, whether it's like the relays and stuff, that would make sense if she doesn't qualify for that because she's being suspended for 30 days. But she qualified for the 100, which was before her suspension, so she should be able to run that.
Exactly.
Oh Lord. Oh. But how do you feel about people trying to cancel the Olympics? Like,
Well, I mean, in fairness to everybody else that worked so hard, I don't think it should be canceled. But how the old saying is always a ram in the bush, or the Lord works in mysterious ways because all of a sudden now they have this huge breakout with Corona in Tokyo. So as of now, they are not allowing any spectators.
wait, what do you mean by
So
spectators?
Oh, I saw
they
that
they
too.
won't.
I saw
Oh,
that
oh
true,
my God.
Drea. Yeah.
Okay.
There,
Oh, oh shoot. Okay,
Sorry
hold
about
on.
that.
Are you on YouTube on another device?
I pulled it up briefly, but I cut it off. I had another phone. Is it still? It's not echoing still, is it?
Okay, hold on. No, it's not echoing.
Okay.
Well, a little bit, but it's
Um.
okay.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, they have a COVID-19 breakout, so they're not allowing any of the people, like any of the audience, to be there. So basically, it's gonna be silence. Oh, can you guys
Wow.
see? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Ooh.
So yeah, so now, and that's why I said, I hope and pray that none of the participants or none of the Olympians, catch corona or anything like that. But it's just kind of crazy that a lot of the money that they probably charge, I don't know what the fee is or how much it costs to go to be to look, or to be in the crowd, but they're probably gonna lose a lot of money for the simple fact that they're not going to allow people in the stands or to be there to spectate to watch because they're having a COVID breakout.
And they're probably going to take this pretty serious because of the new strand that's out, the D variant. So that's in like Asia and Europe and stuff. So
Yeah, I believe that's why, which they should not allow any spectators, but to me it's kind of like that's kind of what y'all get because it's so many of our people that look like us that y'all are trying to find ways to not allow them participate, and then now y'all have this breakout out there, and then you can't have spectators in. So that money that y'all were probably gonna make off concessions and uh buy people might buy souvenirs or something like that. Y'all won't be able to do that now unless y'all gonna sell them online and people gonna buy it. But it's not the same if you're actually there.
right, right. What
So
about
go ahead.
no? I agree. It's kind of like they're like kind of like their loss. But what about people who are, and I'm just gonna, I just want to say, what about people who, yeah, okay, we know Sha'Carri, she made a mistake. Absolutely. And we always have, we have to forgive her. We have to, hug, because she's our sister, right? We have to hug on her and we have to forgive her. Okay. Um, but the Olympics is one of the biggest, especially for athletes, one of the biggest stage where they can perform, show their talent, like come home with the gold. Like it's a big deal. So how do we stop this from happening? Because it's not just the US that's regulating it, it's international. So they're obviously we're gonna be at a target. Sha'Carri, she's gonna be at a target because she's really good, and they're going to micromanage everything that she's doing. So this was going to come out, her failing her, it's gonna come out because they're gonna find a way to, dismind what she has achieved.
Right.
So
Oh, you finished.
oh, I was gonna say, but I don't think that. I think that next time we need to find a way. There needs to be like rules to regulate. Not, I thought they need to really kind of re-edit the whole anti-dopa because yes, it's gonna be definitely very unfair to people who people like us and stuff like that because they know that this is a generation that maybe the group of people that does use it, but also they also Caucasians use it as well too. But that's just another
Well,
way to discredit what black athletes do.
oh yes, absolutely. Now, I mean, in my honest opinion, of course, well, probably just not my opinion. We all know that weed really doesn't have any type of negative effects. However, if that was in the rules, it was in the rules, and I understand that. But I think that, and maybe they can try to change the rules a little bit because marijuana does not increase. It's not a performance enhancer. But to be honest, and this is just my opinion because I don't know much about the Olympics, and the only things that I would really watch is sometimes the gymnastics and then some of the races. All the other stuff, I'm not a really big fan of it. But I think that she probably thought, okay, I'll be able to get away with it. Because if she smoked weed only just that once, and I know her mom died, but a lot of people that smoke weed, they're not gonna just say, okay, I'm just gonna smoke this weed because my mom died. I'm stressed. She probably already smoked weed. I think what happened is her recognition took off so quick. It's like she just came out of nowhere for a lot of people. So by her having so much publicity so quick, and she already has a strike against her by being a black female, being black, period. I think they probably was like, okay, let's drug test her to see if she smoked, or they probably already knew she smoked. But wait, she doing too good. We wasn't expecting her to do this good, so now let's start digging
Hmm.
the same way they did, the same way they do everybody else. I'm gonna stick to this. I don't want to change the subject and talk about somebody else, but it's the way that they do a lot of our black men and women. They start doing so well, all of a sudden, here come all of these claims of something that they did. Oh, you did this, you did that. She probably been smoking weed, and then all of a sudden, they wanted to drug test her.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely I agree, and this is where it comes to where, well, she has management. There are people, all these people, Nike, they have management. I'm pretty sure she was already smoking before, so they're already aware of it. But I'm just like, well, this is where guidance and also uh, advisement comes in, where you have to tell, okay, well, you're going to be in the big stage. So all eyes are going to be on you. You're doing well. So those, what about her mentors? Those people that, mentor her, letting her know, like, this is not what you want to do. I know that you're hurting. I know that you're sad. I know that, you're going through stuff, but this is not what you want to do.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. And they probably did tell her. Um, like I said, she's done so many races, and all of a sudden y'all just, well, I don't know for sure, but to me what it looks like, y'all just all of a sudden um drug tested her out the blue. Like she probably knew at some point she was gonna need to take a drug test, but she probably didn't know it was gonna be that soon. And like I said, with the whole blow up of, it seemed like she just came out of nowhere. Well, I'm from Louisiana, but I live in Dallas. I've been in Dallas for about 10, 12, 11 years now. Um, as far as the schools, I don't have kids, so I don't know. I never really heard of her until all of a sudden she just started getting this publicity, and then I would see videos going down my timeline of this Sha'Carri Richardson, and then next thing I know, oh, she made it for the Olympics. So, and she was going to LSU. So all of that, keeping in if you put all of that into effect, I'm sure she was big thing on campus because she been running so well for so long. But as far as the drug test, that was probably, I'm not gonna say the last thing on her mind, but it's just kind of like if you smoke, if you have a job and you might do randoms or something like that, but you might go a year without being picked, and then all of a sudden, let's say you start doing good and you start getting recognition, and your boss is saying, oh, I like this particular employee, they do pretty good. Somebody is not gonna like that, so they're gonna just start finding stuff. Like even at a regular job, you get into it with your supervisor, all of a sudden that 3 minutes late, they want to count it now. So that's what I feel like. I feel like they just, oh no, we got to find out. She got to be doing something. There's something wrong why she's running like this.
Mhm.
There's something wrong. Why is this person over here in this neighborhood? They don't belong over here. So let's go probe and find out, because there's got to be something. I know they got some weed on them, or a crack pipe or something, because they don't belong over here. So
That's
that's how I look at it. I'm not saying that it's right, but that's how I look at it.
I think that because usually, hold on. I think there's maybe some back, like some echoing. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna remove. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna let you come back in. Let me see if
Okay.
it. Okay. All right. Hello. Okay. I think that
Yes.
should be fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You
Okay. It's
might have
fine.
heard my dog bark. I kicked him out, but
Oh. Oh, it's still kind of echoing. I'm not sure what's going on.
oh, I'll drop all the way off.
Okay. Still like echoing. Uh, okay. Now try the link again, Tria. Let's see if that works. If not, then. But so like I was saying, yes, this is definitely going to be because she is doing well. It's going to be she's going to be very micromanaged, and it's going to be literally all eyes on her, literally. Okay, let's get to some of the chat. So, Jazz, you said that, yeah, you don't think, like we, yeah, like we don't make you quick for anything. It make you so, yeah. I mean, it's not really like an enhancement. For sure, it's not definitely an enhancement. Why? Okay, you don't think she was going to win? You think that she thought that she might have been, she didn't think that she was going to win. Well, sometimes you gotta have faith in yourself. She kind of uh, she gives me very laissez-faire, kind of like it is what it is. That's kind of the kind of lifestyle. She gives me like one of those people. They're just naturally talented, naturally talented. I'm sure she definitely works. So people who are just born with talent, and then you have people who just work hard. I think she's just really naturally talented. I think that's just what it is. Just just naturally talented. Like they can they can prepare, but they don't have to go through the extreme to prepare. I think she's just naturally talented and just has a very like laissez-faire. It is what it is. Like if I win, I win. If I'm going, woohoo! So I can kind of see that. Right. You know what? Jasmine, sorry, Jazz. They actually did the test before the pre-test. Like, sorry, before the relay. So that's when they did the test. Yep. So that's interesting because I read like they did it before. So yeah. And and it came out like after she won. Interesting. Well, sorry, they did the test before she won. So that's what I think they're just trying to imply that did it help her win the race? Because if she did it after, it wouldn't really have any effect on how she performed on the race. So I think they did it before she won the race. Exactly. They all knew before all those interviews. Everything just like was like, dang, like you have this girl, she's doing so well. And then yeah, they all knew for sure. They all knew. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and try to wrap it up here. We've been on here for a good almost 2 hours, but we've been having a really good chat. If you missed the beginning, just catch the replay. And what the questions we have is one, should we forgive Sha'Carri? Yes, I think we should definitely forgive her for sure. It was a mistake. Let's forgive her. She for the next 4 years, although she cannot qualify for this Olympics, she will be able to qualify in the next 4 years. So we just need to forgive her. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had a little cough, but yes, we need to forgive her. She's human. She's our sister. We need to forgive her, but please do not cancel the Olympics. Please watch the Olympics. You guys, there's other people who are running as well too. Watch the Olympics. We need to watch those. We have our other sister, Gabby, Gabby Thomas, and other Gabby, no, Simone Manuel, and also we have Simone Biles, who's going to be participating. So we need to support her as well too. So yes, do not cancel the Olympics. Just don't cancel the Olympics. That's not going to be good because we need to support them too. But it's been so good chatting with you all, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Miss Drea, for coming back and tuning in with us. Thank you, Jazz, as always.
Thank you guys so much. Yes, this was a great conversation.
Yes, thank you, Sincere Kraken. Thank you, Juanita, for all coming reparations. Shout out to you all. We really appreciate it for joining us this evening, talking about the Olympics and this whole cancel culture, which is ridiculous. Not everything is warranted to cancel. And we just want to leave you with the question as always. Should we forgive her? And is cancel the Olympics even worth it or even warranted? And also, what can we do to change this rule? What can we do? Because it's the rule that is affecting these athletes, these young athletes, and they're being kind of like victims to these anti-dopa rule because also marijuana falls into that anti-dopa rule. But we need to put our attention, our energy into changing the rule and making it better, and not always going into cancellation. Cancellation is never a problem solver. But yeah, but once again, thank you all. We're going to go ahead and end here. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and also hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Peace, love, and blessings.